Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the shop. Today, I have something kind of interesting. We're going to turn this glorious pile of lumber into this, a floating bed. Mattress floating up in the air, no visible supports. I'm gonna try to record everything this time. I've never done this before. I've recorded like little bits here and there, but it's been kind of touch and go. But this time we're gonna get everything. I'm gonna try anyways. All the major steps in between, my thinking on it, any problems I run into. We'll get that all documented and in video form, so you can laugh at me while I struggle to piece this pile of lumber together into a bed. Hopefully, I will keep parts of my sanity during this process, and we end up with something that looks nice and smells good. We got cedar here, and pine. Okay, so I've gotten the general idea figured out now. Initially, I had a more complex plan of how I was going to put all this together, but I've condensed it down into this. So I have the first chunk cut, ready to go. We're going to have 4x4 crossbeam at the top with 4x4 struts supporting it. And then in the bottom here, right from here to here, in this, it's going to be a 2x4, which I will be using this for. So, so far, I've gotten this figured out. I have the next one, these here, cut, ready to go, and this one I'm going to cut. So I'll have all three of the 4x4 sections of the bed figured out, and basically all that's left now is cutting the 2x4s. So here's how we're measuring these out. Just tape measure, get 64 inches, make the mark, using a speed square, mark a line, just rip right through it with the chop saw, and then do the same thing again. Speed square, mark the 45, like right across here. Adjust the chop saw to 45. Rip through those, get it all cut perfectly, and then that's basically it. That's how I did all the other ones, and then we're left with these nice little wooden chunks. So we've got the, I don't even know what to call these things. The stands, I guess. These are like the legs. We got the 4x4 parts cut out, ready to go. I'm about to start the 2x4s. I'll get back to you guys once I have that done. We have successfully cut the 2x4, and now this is, hold on, I'll hop up on the stool. Oh, that's safe. Oh, okay. We have the 2x4 cut. It looks real good. I'm real happy with how this is fitting together. I think what I'll end up doing is using deck screws to screw this whole thing together. It's not as classy as not using any nails or screws at all, but I mean, I want this to be as sturdy as possible. No squeaking, nothing, just like a solid chunk of bed, you know? So I think this'll do for now. I'll get the rest cut and then I'll get back to you guys. So 2x4s are cut out, ready to go. The whole support structure for the bed is, the pieces for it are technically done now. It's just a matter of sanding, making it look nice, staining it with linseed oil, and then drilling the pilot holes and then screwing it together. What I'm going to be working on next is turning these boards, 2x6s, these 2x6 boards, into the frame, or not the frame, the outside, the piece that holds the mattress in, you know? It's going to be like a little shroud almost around the whole structure so you don't see any of the side stuff. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that yet in terms of like making the joints. So if these are the side pieces, I don't just want to have them here because then there would be screw holes here and here, right? Ideally, what I would like to do is some kind of joint. So I'm thinking, I think it's called a box joint where, oh boy, one piece is like this, and the other piece is the male end like this, right? Holy crap, drawing on camera is interesting, right? And so these two fit together, boom, and then they'll be like so, and I can go from the bottom side and put a screw through the whole thing here to hold it together. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not exactly sure if that'll work exactly how I want it to, but that's the direction I'm gonna be going in to see if it works. So here we are. I started working on getting the boards squared off, because the stock pieces have like a rounded edge here, and I'm not a big fan of that. I'd rather have it be nice and sharp and crisp, like this one here. Plus, any like dents or wobbles in there, I square it off, so then I can use this here, use that edge to square all of these pieces off and make them exactly as long as I want them, which is probably something like 5.5 inches. But the power blew. Yeah, I got the air filter and the table saw running at the same time, and this power bar couldn't handle it. So, well, I'll get back to it. So I've got my mask on because the air filter is putting too much load on the power bar, and so I can't run them both at the same time. This wood's too thick. But here is the difference between the store-bought lumber and what I have just made. You see how nice and sharp the edges are? This is all the way down. The piece of wood is now square. It's exactly at 5 inches because these are called 2x6s, but they're actually more like 2x5.5s, or not even, like 1.5 by 5.5. There we go. So I've ended up with around 5 inches, pretty much on the dot. And you see how these are like very round, and there's scratches and little divots in here. Like, just cut all of that off. It's nice and clean now. Perfect to work with. So while we've been in here, look at these clouds. Look at that. Wow. There's a couple more over there, but the trees are in the way. Look at how crazy those clouds look. Man. Alright, back to work. Okay. So that took a little bit longer than expected, but I mean, it's worth it. All these pieces are real nice now. Oh, there's a crack in here. I don't like that. That's okay. They're all squared off, real nice, ready to go. Now, well, now I got to figure out how the hell I'm going to connect these together, because I'm not exactly sure if I like that specifically, but like, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a double where I'll have like the top corner, you know, like instead of just a single prong, I'll have a second one, and then I'll have it slotted in there. I don't know. It's already 9 though, so I might end up calling it a day for today. All right, so I'm about to wrap it up for the day, but I don't know if you can see now, but it's super smoky in here. You see that? Yeah. So cut out a couple test pieces and started playing around with it a little bit. I kind of messed it up a little bit here. I was clearing out, so tomorrow I'll show you guys how I did this. It's quite simple, actually. It's just a matter of spacing it out and doing a little bit of measuring work. And I mean, I wasn't very careful with it because it's a test piece, but we'll be way more careful with the real thing. But I mean, it's clean. Like, this is clean. So if this is the bottom side, we can just rip a screw right through here, keep it all nice and tight together, and glue it up, glue the joint up. So this will be like, maybe I won't glue it, because then I can't take it apart. But just rip a screw through here, no problem. And that bad boy is gonna hold tight. Like, it's just friction fit, and it's super tight. That's a really nice and tight joint. Look, I'm like, it takes a little bit to get apart, but I think that's how I'll do it. I got all my stuff here, and tomorrow we'll get started on joining these bad boys together. And then once that's done, like, all that's left is cutting the cross members for that and building the headboard. But I don't exactly know what I'm gonna do for the headboard yet. I'll probably do some cool joints just to get it all together and hold it without any obvious screws. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. So see you guys tomorrow.